Welcome back. Okay, so before we proceed, this is the final, well, actually, no, the second to last workshop here that we can upgrade stuff, but there wasn't anything. Instead, however, there is an optional scene we can go if we go through here.
Exciting.
Yes.
You shouldn't.
Why?
This place. I know it all too well.
What is it, Roderick?
Oh, okay.
I'm not going to tell you.
Well,
Let's find that out. There we go.
what is this, like where he and his dad used to work or something?
Okay, sorry.
Bingo.
Mate, you can't tell us it's dangerous and then not tell us why.
How'd you ever called it?
This alleyway.
Yes. Anyway, yeah, as we know, Roderick and his dad are blacksmiths, and this was where they worked, and yeah,
Let's go.
you can probably guess the state it's in.
It can't be.
Roderick.
There's nothing left.
Did they burn your house down?
It was my father's forge. Where I grew up. It's where...
I know how you feel. But you're still alive, and your roots, they can never take that away from you.
Mm-hmm.
You're right. I know who I am. Come on.
See, we all want revenge equally.
Oh god, I was thinking, you know, as you were saying that last bit, I thought the axe was going to fly off from off screen and hit him in the head.
Honestly, now it's making me wonder if Vitalis is going to kill their mother right in front of them just to really twist the knife.
Well, he's just insane. He's just insane enough to do it. So.
Yes, he is.
A girl like this, I knew it. I know who I.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sir.
All right, let's push. This will get. Hopefully, this thing will give us cover from the arrows. Oh, Roderick.
Leave it, Amicia.
What are you doing?
Stay back with your brother. I'm pushing.
Roderick,
Okay.
let me help.
I'll be fine. If you want to help, keep an eye out for guards.
All right.
Okay, that's
Just that
all right.
strong.
All right, fair point. Fair point. Yeah, we could use a second person to keep any guards away, I guess. So yeah, basically the idea is that you have to stay behind the portcullis so that you'll be protected from arrows. Problem is, as Roderick very well foreshadowed, some other guards also come in and try to stop us. So as Amicia, you're supposed to keep them away with your sling. Oh crap.
Leave the cart, please.
We needed to reach the portcullis.
Well, I guess I was kind of sorta right. I was just early.
Is he about to heckin' die?
I've reached the stairs. Come quick.
Those arrows sound like they're using
This
him
is actually
as a
this is actually one of the harder sections in the game because there's a lot of soldiers that come for you during this bit.
Sure would be a shame if you ran out of rocks.
There we go. Whew, that was a close one.
Come on, keep it up. You're almost there.
Don't die, Roderick. You can't die.
I just need a break.
That's it, Roderick. Leave it. Take cover.
Alright, take a 5.
We're here.
Come on. Come on, quick. Oh my God, Roderick.
I'm a bit better. I'm right behind you.
All right.
Well,
Hugo, go.
Your turn.
Of course.
We'll get you out.
I'm sorry.
you ain't gonna make it.
And right after we told him that his roots would live on.
Well, the roots will live on, but he won't.
Hugo,
Come on, we have to keep going,
you
Hugo.
have to go.
You can stay here.
He's just having a nap.
Alright, Ben.
With his eyes wide open.
Alright, Ben, I think he's just sleeping. Fire more arrows at him.
Yeah, just to make sure.
Alright.
Well, that was sad.
Vitalis will pay for this with his blood.
This can't be happening. Melly, please. No. Those
Yeah, what Melly's saying.
I'll make them pay. Our priority is to stay alive and stay together. That's why Roderick and Arthur
Yeah.
sacrificed themselves. Just leave me
Good point.
alone. She's right, Melly.
Well, I mean, the last time we left you alone, you were literally actually, I was the other character that was left alone for a whole month.
He's resting now. I can't take any more of these bloody rats. Bastards!
But they're going to get us too.
Really? How?
Like this.
Watch.
Yeah.
Yeah, she hasn't seen this yet, has she?
Nope.
Hugo.
It's like Moses parting the sea.
Yeah, basically.
Melly. We've got no chance
The
without
sea
your
could
brother.
literally kill you by touching it, but I digress.
I will help you. And you're going to help us save Mummy.
You've got yourself a deal.
Pleasure doing business with you.
As long as a bitch dies, I don't care.
As long as someone dies for the deaths of Roderick and Arthur, I don't care.
Yeah.
Just so long as it's not the mom, because
Yeah, I was gonna say, you said the bitch dies, who, the mum?
I said a bitch.
Alright. Okay, so yeah, the cathedral is right there. Unfortunately, the cathedral is very well guarded. So we have to make some good precautions to be able to get through all of those guards without getting caught.
maybe if we put out the lights, our little friends can help with that.
Exactly. Problem is, yeah, that it tends to be a bit more difficult because we would have to get in the way where he can see us. So let's see. Maybe we can. Let's see if I. Yeah. Boom.
Good arm.
Those upgrades I made to my sling paid off. Come here. Yeah, come here. Come after me. Hey, I'm over here.
We're here. The cathedral. It's a bloody mess.
Yes.
Yes, it is.
Let's see what's left of him.
The usual skeletons that we saw before. Alright. But yeah, like I was...
Clean or bloody?
Oh yeah, like I was implying before, in this specific place we are right now, it's also located the final workbench. So if you want to make any last-minute upgrades to your equipment, now would be the right time to do so. Because after you get past this point, it's the point of no return.
Did
So...
you make enough upgrades so that you can pretty much craft even if you're not at a bench, though?
True, that is true. However, if you're not like me and you didn't get that upgrade, so you still need a workbench, this is your final shot. Alright, so let's get as many materials as we can. Remember, as the more materials we have, the more ammo we can craft on our own, which of course is of course imperative for the final battle. So yeah, take your time to gather as many stuff as you can, because this is your final chance. So some tools, and here's the final workbench, like I said. So let's see what we can do. Nothing. Okay. Unfortunately, we don't have enough materials for the final upgrades, it seems. So yeah. Alright then. In that case, I guess we'll just... Fortunately, the materials we do have are still used to craft ammo, so they'll still be useful anyway.
Lovely.
Alright, let's carry on. Alright, some rocks, and there's even some mice over there. They should be useful. More
I
stuff.
think you mean rats.
Yeah, rats. Yeah.
See, we can't interrupt him with the rats while he's talking.
It's a bloody mess.
Why,
You
yes.
said that already.
Sorry.
And again, there was a bit of a jump cut there, so
Yeah.
I'm assuming you got caught earlier.
I screwed up somewhere, yes. But that's okay, because we're back where we were. Alright, let's see. Okay, so, while it does seem like there's nobody around, there is. In fact, you should be able to see. So, keep an extra eye to make sure. Because remember, all of these guards have lanterns protecting them, as you can see right there. However, there we go. Haha. One down.
Those rats don't even need our help to know to go after him.
That being said, that alerted the other guys to our presence, so hold on. Fortunately, they didn't see us. They know that something's happening, but they don't know where we are specifically, so we're good still. Alright, stay there. There we
Bon
are.
appetit, boys.
Well, hold on. The other guy still has his torch, though. The guy that's right next to him. So let's...
Gotta take that out.
There we are.
Search for every...
Yeah, that's a good strategy you can use during this bit.
Don't worry, the rats will indeed search every crevice of your bones for meat.
Yeah, that's a good strategy you can use. If you attract the guys into the middle of the mice and just take down their lanterns and torches from afar, it's a good sneaky way of getting through this bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's wait till those guys stop being in alert mode. There we are. All right.
Lovely.
Love what they did with love what the rats did with the place.
It's cozy.
Mm-hmm.
Very nice. The skeletons decorate the place so well.
Indeed. All right. Okay. So that guy doesn't have a helmet. So bye. Murderer. You've got some wall to call Bishop a murderer. So what are you?
Maybe he's one of the guards who isn't all into murder.
I
Who
guess.
those may be.
All right.
I'll admit, for the sake of this game, I guess we're to assume that everyone in this particular organization is evil, so I suppose...
It's not that's not necessarily the case, like you said, but at the same time, this was back in the time where people were a lot more cruel to each other. So it's a very likely scenario that was the case.
Also, I think a lot more just easily swayed to particular sides in general.
Yeah. Alright, so now we can go straight to the cathedral. However, there are some materials you can gather around these bits. So, some episanguis.
Like, don't get me wrong, that's absolutely still an issue now, but I think back then people were just worse with it.
Yep,
Excuse me, pardon me.
coming through.
Thank you.
And let's replenish our rock. There. And get some other stuff that we were full of before. If I remember correctly, we still have a bag of rocks somewhere in here, don't we? I guess not. Never mind. Let's keep going. Alright. It looks like we're about ready to start. Yeah, this is the final bit of no return. Once you climb those stairs that we just passed through, it's full-blown climax, and you don't get to go back and upgrade any more stuff or get any more stuff. So this is your last chance.
Duly noted.
Yep. It seems like we've covered everything. Yep, basically. All right, let's carry on. Alright.
What are you two bumbling around for?
Got any materials? Okay.
He said he's going to do something very bad. I can feel it.
Bad. Like what?
Excuse me, but whatever he's up to, we're here to kill him, right?
He's about to
Also,
start.
he's done a lot of bad things. You need to be a bit more specific about how bad this is gonna be.
This might be the worst.
And that's 3 more rocks. And let's go. So once we now when we get here, yeah, a final
The
batch.
clock symbolizes a bad time.
A final batch of guards. Stay where you are, Melly. We got this.
Children are asking for punishment.
You'll die if you come down.
That doesn't matter.
Amicia, there are rats down there.
So tell them to come out. Go on.
Very well.
I saw something.
What was that about being ready to die and then suddenly they run away?
Yeah, it's like the Joker said in The Dark Knight, Jova. In their last moments, people show you who they really are. They talk a big talk, but they can't really walk the walk.
Either that, or it's about of their AI just being programmed to run away from rats.
Mm-hmm. Well, they can both be true. Here we are.
I was just getting a huge bloodlust.
Right. Let's go.
She's been through a lot.
Let's go.
Imagine if even more of our party members died just to rescue Mom and get revenge.
Some family. Melly. Help me. No one else must get in. This will get you nowhere.
You don't want to understand, Beatrice.
Mommy!
My child.
Hugo! Amicia! Mother! Did
No,
Vitalis
she's
do
my
this?
child.
He
Oh,
sacrificed
crap.
them.
He's past the threshold. Go get out of here.
Oh, for pity's sake.
Yes, do the typical evil thing of dangling the kidnapped person in a
The
cage.
rats are here.
Then let's go. Stay close to me. We're coming
Yeah, it's not gonna be that easy.
Okay, Vitalis.
Vitalis may be crazy, but he's not stupid.
There they are. Okay, Vitalis. This is up to you. Either surrender and give our mom up, or get eaten by rats. You choose.
Your power! You have to be careful!
I'm fine, don't worry.
He's a very
It's cool. We're gonna make sure he's eaten alive.
too bad his father, who taught him everything he knows.
Oh.
Is this where the white rats come in?
Will you not listen to your
Very good,
I
Shira.
have a feeling.
Look at you, walking towards me like lost sheep to their shepherd.
That's enough, Vitalis! You're alone! Give us back
Am I?
That was probably a poor choice of words, as the Joker would say.
Things to teach the carrier and his friends. You're so touching. Thank you. Thank you for your candor.
Uh-oh.
Do you hear them? The angel. The angel.
Oh, and let me guess, the white rats aren't averse to light, are they?
Nope.
Which, yeah. That
We
presents
do
a
get a rat
problem.
tidal wave.
Stay there! No! I can help you! I can! It's our blood, Melly. Alright? Destroy him.
So yeah, in order to get to Vitalis, we have to fight our way through these white rats.
This is a very interesting way to do the whole light versus dark
Yeah.
motif.
Yep, basically.
I can do it.
Not to mention Shiroi, it's also subverted because usually white is usually associated with good in these conflicts, but it's the opposite here. The good guys are using the black rats, not the white ones.
So it's like Final Fantasy 14.
Sure,
like,
if that helps you.
Honestly, it's a relatively common trope about how light is not good and how dark is not necessarily evil.
Mm-hmm. It's again it was made popular mostly because of Star Wars. Remember that we have the light and the dark side of the Force, and the dark side of the Force is always portrayed as the evil one in those movies. So obviously, because of how influential Star Wars was, it became the norm for the dark side to be the bad one and the light side to be the good one, basically. There you go. Now we can create our own rat tornadoes.
This is surprisingly serene music for what's supposed to be the final climax.
Yeah, it reminds me of the final boss of Dark Souls. Yeah. Because the final boss music of Dark Souls is basically a calm Yoko Shimomura-esque piano tune,
It's fine, I guess, just nothing really to write home about.
Go, my rat cannonballs, fire!
Alright. Yeah, make sure you also extinguish any lights that you see, because again, your rats kind of need darkness.
I still get the feeling it's not gonna be that easy. Oh, maybe.
There we go. Yeah, every time you see a white rat tornado coming towards you, yeah, those rats are gonna eat you up. So make sure you use your own dark rats to protect yourself. There you go. There's some more conveniently placed materials. There you go.
You shouldn't have left those around.
It's one of my brightest ideas.
They're gonna be why you die.
Don't cut it now, there's still rats below.
Oh.
Why did that guy just...
There you go.
Oh, thanks.
Thanks, Millie.
Well, did you think he deliberately jumped in?
Too, don't you? But it scares you. The true power. The gift of self.
What?
He's using the rats as a shield. Protect himself.
That connects all people.
Yeah. Alright. There we go. See, there you go, Shira. See, I told you the rat tornadoes will get bigger.
Yay! Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Okay, so here's the final phase of the boss battle. Okay, from now on, Hugo will stay in the back, and every time you need the rats to help you, you can tell Hugo to summon rats towards you, like so. The idea is to use dark rat tornadoes to topple down the rats that are protecting Vitalis, and use our sling to headshot him. There you go.
He shakes it off, though, I guess.
No. Well, okay. So he does. It hurts him, so it's just a matter of keep doing until you can kill him.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Normally, it takes just one headshot to take out a person, but since it's a boss, he just shakes.
Yeah, it's one of those gaming conventions. Like, I mean, even though by all logic, as an old man, he should only take one rock to knock him out. We need the boss to feel, a culmination. So it's one of those cases where the game has to operate more on game logic rather than plot logic.
I'm guessing
I know. Go ahead. Go on.
I'm guessing something happened, hence that last jump cut.
I lost somehow. Again, remember, I recorded this a year ago, so I don't remember what happened specifically. But you can just assume I got blocked. Yeah, whenever you see the ground shaking, that means a lot of white rats are about to come down from underneath you, so run the fuck away. And yes,
I'm surprised... Oh, sorry.
No, go on.
I'm surprised with each of these being coded individually, the game isn't shitting itself right now.
Well, according to the behind the scenes we're gonna watch in the next part, Chiroy, this game isn't even using Unreal Engine 4 or anything like that. They're using their own custom-made engine that they made specifically for this game. So maybe their engine is just a really good engine that can do this stuff.
They made it specifically for all these rats.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh,
okay.
rat tentacles.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna say rat with another T word.
Really?
Oh, crap.
Huh?
Yes,
I'm
Jova?
gonna say something else.
Oh, okay.
What were you thinking, Dwibs? Were you thinking what I think you're thinking?
Possibly.
I'm confused.
Dwibs, are you pondering what I'm pondering?
I'm gonna say rat testicles or something. I'm like, oh
Yeah,
god,
I
no.
said tentacles.
That's exactly what I thought that Dwibs was thinking when he caught another T word. I mean, don't get me wrong. That pipeline does look a bit phallic, especially when it falls down.
Yep.
So that's usually the bit that the testicles are attached to, not the testicles themselves.
I mean, I called it a tentacle. It was you guys that wanted to be rude about it.
Yeah, the basic idea, as you can already probably surmise, is that after a few hits, he gets less and less rats on his own protective tornadoes. So that's your chance to send some of your own rats to take down the thing. Thing is, and you have to also be very careful of the various fires. Yeah, that's another thing. For some reason, it's raining bonfires. So make sure you put them out. Otherwise, your rat tornadoes won't work because, well, we already know that dark rats don't like light. Oh, there you go. So make sure you, yeah, what I'm doing right now. Yeah, make sure.
Times already.
Yeah, make sure you are careful. In the oh fuck. Yeah, eventually he will call back all the white rats to him, you know, so he can restart the chain of attacks. So don't worry. Even if you were at that point where I was, where you're surrounded by white rats and you can't move, just wait until eventually he calls all of his white rats back, and you'll be able to move again. The basic idea is that every time you need to move to a place where there are either black rats or no rats at all, because if you go towards the white rats will eat you.
This place must stink.
Yep. You are insane, little man. Like, it's just like...
No duh.
It bears repeating. And rock to the head.
Bonk.
For an
It
all.
seems that the rats feel that too.
There we go.
It was that hat that was protecting him for so long.
And he's dead.
Now get eaten.
Can you at least can my white rats at least eat me?
That's a good question, actually. What do become of the white rats after all this?
We don't know. Maybe the sequel will touch upon that. Who knows? We'll see.
They vanished from the game.
I mean, supposedly, considering the carrier of the white macula, aka Vitalis, dies, I'm assuming the white rats just, you know, lose without their leader. They kind of lose their, you know, become normal rats. Who knows?
We're having a staring competition?
Yes.
Yes.
Looks like it.
Alright.
Oh, that's the
No,
end.
don't worry, that's not the end. We still have one final epilogue after the credits. So.
Well, also that ends well, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Right?
yes.
There's the final epilogue, which is a natural playable epilogue, so it's a playable section of everything. It's basically, think of the epilogue as the after credits scene, basically.
All
Did
right,
he just
I guess.
brainwash him again, quote unquote?
You were gonna say, Jova?
I guess I want to wait until we see the epilogue before I really conclude. But I will admit, something about the ending feels a bit rushed a bit. I mean, granted, I know that there's only so much they can do on an indie budget, but I still gotta judge the story as is. Like, again, maybe the epilogue will beef it up better, but I guess it's just like, oh, comrades of ours died on the way, but we killed the guy, and that's kind of it.
I will still have the epilogue, like I said. Yeah, well, like the epilogue is really where it properly probably have the big, riding off into happiness type of thing. So, maybe you can argue that that epilogue should have come before the credits, maybe.
I'll admit, like, it does feel weird seeing as how there's probably going to be more credits after the epilogue, I assume.
Yes. Very good.
So in that case, like, okay, for some movies, I get it, initial bouts in there, but for this game, I don't really get why they did it that way.
Well, we're actually about to get into the epilogue, so hold on.
Alright, let's see.
Chapter 17, For Each Other.
Not even probably an epilogue like its own chapter. Granted, I know it's a very short one, but still. So 3 days later.
3 days later.
So will this town get better? Who knows?
Yes, that's all Lucas asked for.
So yeah, 3 days later, people have started cleaning up the rat poo, and society is starting to hopefully rebuild itself now that the Inquisition is gone.
Well,
So
you've got the taste of a king now.
now we can relax a bit.
We have to leave the region first.
A bit.
So, were you able to go home? Yes. The nest is still there, but it's empty.
I can't believe the rats are gone for good.
Let's hope they are.
Yeah, gone
Sure.
for good. Dwebs, sweep the sequel under the mat so they don't see.
Let's just walk away.
Well, to be fair, she said, I hope they are. So even she's not sure.
Not me. My sister's really
Hey, your village tried to kill us earlier,
All right.
but we're good now.
Alright, so yeah, this is like the Middle Age equivalent of the whole, shoot the thing and you get the plushie type of fair attraction thingy. So yeah, get some rocks, and we're going to try to tackle down all of the targets.
This is not how I remember dragon shows.
Damn, it really took a bit of a hit, didn't it?
Yeah, for some reason I didn't get that one already.
Seems more like it's a challenge to spot these things than it is to actually aim them.
Yeah, I got a theory. This is the planned second ending of the game. If you took too long during Spyro 2, Dragon Shores would look like this because you took too long.
Yes.
One final target. Where is it?
Also, there's a Spyro mod for Stray, and I want it.
Wait, it's over there to the right.
Yeah. Remember, Jova, like you're talking like you need to bring that
I
up.
know.
You need to bring it up to past me, not so. I actually did forget where it was. Let's see. Come on. It's a shame we can't send messages into the past. Maybe we can do something like the Flash did in BVS, Lois is the key. Oh wait, no, not Lois. No, that don't worry about. Don't think about that. That's stupid. The target is over there. There we are.
Hey, you know how to do it. You won an apple, and all due respect.
Yes, monsieur. Well done.
So where's the apple?
You take it out from the chest, from the basket.
My biggest supporter.
I was just gonna say, bloody liar.
I was hungry.
As always.
Hey, today we're celebrating the 3rd day without rats. There's a little fair down the street.
And then the rats show up during the fair.
I've never seen a fair before.
Hugo, Lucas is waiting
Well,
for
it was
us.
their fault for
We should
jinxing
get
it.
him back.
But it's a fair. Come on.
Hugo, All right, but we can't stay long.
Hey, look. Oh, that's the young boy.
Oh no.
No, boy, you just can't come in.
But why?
Because you can. That's why.
Hey, is there a problem?
Look, the problem is a kid and his sister are wanted around here by important people. And we just don't want any trouble here. You understand?
I can see very well.
Probably their nice way of saying, get out of here or the people in higher places are going to lynch you. Which, you know, kudos to those guys. Like, instead of just arresting us on the spot, they did warn us, so...
Yeah, there's actually something similar in the first 12 minutes, because the extended gameplay trailer is basically just the first 12 minutes of the sequel. And there's an NPC that also does something similar there.
Let it not be said that while some people were cruel, the world was not devoid of human kindness here and there.
Oh, no, of course. I mean, if it wasn't like that, humanity wouldn't have survived anyway, probably. They would have all just killed each other. Okay.
Technically, physics suggests that she should be able to since she has longer legs, but gameplay-wise, I'm going to assume that she's playing fair.
We made it, Lucas. Do you have everything? The St. John's wort, the Hawthorne, all of it. Let's go. Good.
What happened to the other one? Oh, this.
You mean Melly?
Yes.
Yeah.
We can. I'm guessing we're supposed to assume that she's gone on her own.
No. Oh wait.
Oh, there you go. Yeah. Basically, I guess after Melly calmed down, she probably didn't really. No. Yeah, because remember, like she probably went away, and Hugo is feeling guilty.
So where's their mother?
Right there behind them, she's sleeping.
Oh.
With the herbs you bought, she'll soon be back on her feet. All right.
Yeah, what Lucas said.
Hey, Hugo.
What?
Do you think I'm pretty?
You're ugly. Really ugly.
Ugly? Me?
Well, you asked.
A fly! Your own sister! Oh, such a slur requires punishment.
And now they can go off to live happily ever after.
And suddenly rat tornado in the distance.
Yeah, I was just gonna say. That's gonna be the main villain, actually, the fly.
I don't know, the dude did something before he died.
It did seem like he was motioning for something as he died.
I curse you.
Indeed.
Dishonor on you and your rats.
Yes.
Alright, so yeah, that was indeed the proper ending. There's no more. Up until this point, it's just credits. So, alright, carry on. Does this work? Does this work better for you now, Jova?
It's fine. It is better. Again, like I do feel like the final act does feel rushed, all things considered. Like it's sort of to a point where
a big thank you to all Azobo Studio and our family members for their support during the development of this game, and big kisses to all Azobo Studio new babies. And there's a list of the new babies.
Yep.
Go on.
Again, it's not even bad per se. It's just that it really just feels like the transition to the final act is kind of about we're suddenly up to this point in the game. Like, again, I feel like what could have helped is if maybe we saw a bit more of the time that Amicia and Hugo spent separated from each other. Because it's pretty much just as soon as the time skip occurs, yeah, they reunite in the same chapter. And then we're pretty much just off to go storming the final keep and everything.
Yep.
Now again, I do acknowledge that they probably did what they could given the indie budget and all that. All the same though, like, it's not even per se a bad story even. it just is a story that feels a bit uneven. Might as well transition into my final thoughts on this. Well, unless we're saving those for after part 18.
No. Might as well go on while you're at it.
There's still like a few minutes left of this.
Yeah, no, like, this game overall is good. It's not the most amazing game, but it is very well crafted. And, you know, for an indie title, this game does look... Well, this game does look robust for an indie title. So good on them for that. The story overall is good. It does have, again, I would say, a few pacing issues, like one moment the story seems to be going at a moderate pace, but then it speeds up every now and then. And I will admit, we don't exactly get the most time to even settle down with the kids' family before they're killed in front of them. And maybe that's not the point of it, but it does make some things a bit iffy with, like, how much they care about this person or that person here and there. That's, again, it's not bad per se, it's just that it could have been better pacing-wise in the story. Now, the gameplay itself is simple, but good. Save for, again, some issues when you're controlling the rats, as Pedro pointed out, but apparently that stuff got tinkered with for the sequel, so kudos there in that regard. As to the music, I like it for the most part. There are some bouts where sometimes it doesn't feel like it is the right level per se. But again, it's good. Like, I think that's probably the best way to describe this game as a whole. It's good. Not great or amazing, but good. And again, I do acknowledge that part of that is it working with the limitations of being an indie game budget-wise. So hopefully the sequel can capitalize on it. Again, though, like, if you are into this type of game, you will probably definitely enjoy it. For me, personally, I did enjoy it. I just feel like there were some bouts of potential that it could have reached, it just didn't. And again, I acknowledge why that may have been. It just is a bit of a shame, but again, that's hopefully what the sequel is for. But overall, this is definitely a very, very good game. Give it a try.
Can I go next?
Go ahead.
Sure.
Pretty much what Joe has said. I'll elaborate a bit. There were those odd occasions where some things just happen because the game said it happens. Like there's like no lead up to say how the knight could just suddenly control fire like that.
Yeah, that was one bout that, as cool as it is, I do have to raise all the eyebrows at, and you know.
Like I said, they literally just could have said alchemy, and I'm like, okay, I'll buy that.
Yeah, but now it's just like, I can control fire because shut up.
I'm the Human Torch now because fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I was saying in the boys, the Human Torch.
Yeah. Anyway, carry on, Dribs.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Aside from that, it's fine, and but I am looking forward to seeing how the sequel improves on things, like especially the story.
Anything else?
And I guess this is done. Shiroi.
Well, I actually really enjoyed this. Like, I do agree with the points that Jova and Wibbs brought up, but at the same time, I guess I'm just not as bothered by it as much, just because the concept and like the way they're treating the world is just so interesting to me. But this isn't the kind of game I'd usually like either, not because of its themings, because I just don't play this particular genre. But I would say I'm interested in the sequel based on what I've seen. One thing I did expect, and Jova kind of reminded me of it, was when we got to the chapter where they first settled in the castle, and Pedro, you suggested it would be like a sort of hub, not a traditional hub world, but it's like, it's a sort of safe place for them. I expected some more direct interaction between the characters than what we ended up getting. Like, I know downtime isn't something, like, downtime is a rarity in the environment that they're living in, but at the same time, I would have liked some just more time between the characters to just, bond and such.
Oh yeah,
You
definitely.
get what you mean. Like, they did not have as much interaction with Arthur as I would have liked, seeing as how we do get some bouts with him, but for the most part, he's just like the other thief sibling. And even still, he doesn't really get that much a unique section to his own bouts here and there. I mean, he helps us out, but he doesn't get it on, say, the same level as Malie, Lucas, or Roderick do in that regard.
Like, I feel like it's not a case of, you get some stories where it's like, you can't see any kind of relationship between the characters at all. But here, like, you can definitely tell that the group cares about each other. But I would just like to have seen more of that,
You kind of... Sorry, I was about to say, you reminded me actually about how it feels awkward how the story has this big moment where we're assuring Roderick that his father's legacy can live on through him, only for him to immediately heckin' die right after that scene. Like, I mean, maybe it was for irony, but I don't know. It feels like someone intended for him to live, but then apparently they forgot he was supposed to die. Like, and okay, look, if the story paid mind to the cruel irony of that, I'd get it. But no, it just seems to be he's dead. And it's a well enough done death, but all the same, it feels a little bit like, you could see the writing on the wall. Like, it's kind of like I got 2 days left to retirement bout here. Like,
we're gonna go on our last heist, guys.
Your father's legacy will live for you, Roderick. And then Roderick dies. Well,
no, it won't.
So much for the legacy.
But honestly, I was fine with the death personally. But like I said, and again, I think it was more the constraints of an indie budget. Though I do think that this game handled its limited budget far better than a lot of others, including some AAA stuff that really
definitely
shouldn't have that problem. So it's like, no, I do feel for these characters, and that death scene, it made me sad, but at the same time, it's like, I feel like just getting to know everyone a little bit more would have made it much better.
Mm-hmm.
As I explained a couple of parts ago, I'm not bothered by the supernatural stuff. Even the flaming sword. The whole being completely set on fire is a bit much, but again, you probably could have used alchemy to explain that away quite easily, and, people would have bought that. I think most people would have bought that. But at the same time, I was fine with this. Even the rat tornadoes and falling rat pillars... I'm fine with all that stuff personally, because again, I'm not sure about other people, but I clocked the supernatural stuff of this world quite early on, and I'm generally fine with that. The music I love, but it's quite different, and it sounds very it feels like it's very much themed after Rats, because not just with the sound cues that we get. When the rats are present, it's just, I don't know, just something about the composition is feels incredibly deliberate, and I really like it. I'm definitely interested in the sequel. Like I said, we're gonna see a bit more of that a little later, and even though this isn't the kind of game I would normally play, it being quite short, and I imagine even though the sequel might be a bit more elaborate, it would still be, quite short compared to, the usual 60 to 100 bouts of games. No, I'd definitely consider picking this up, the sequel, at that point. I think that's all I have to say, and I don't think I'm missing anything.
Mm-hmm.
I really like this.
Okay, cool.
Pedro.
No, I really enjoyed the game, warts and all, because the game does a really good job in providing characters that while simple, are still have well-defined personalities, and and I love the theme of this group of children trying to survive in this hostile world, by basically banding together and helping each other through all the hardships. It's a very strong theme that the game, I think, portrays really well. And again, I really love the stretcher in particular. I love the twists it puts on things where it makes you fear the rats and behold the light. The light is going to be your big protection against these rats, and then when you get to the climax, the entire thing is flipped on its head.
Yes, again, like I said earlier, I really love the subversion on the light versus dark theme.
Yeah.
That was
so basically, and I really like, and Vitalis is a very memorable villain because while he's by no means a complex character, he definitely the extent of where he will go to reach his goals and the complete lunacy that has possessed this guy makes him a very enjoyable villain to watch. It's a game that definitely is trying its hardest with what it's got, and I will argue it succeeds more than it fails. So it definitely is a very enjoyable experience that I really enjoyed. And I'm looking forward to the sequel as well. But before that, let's in the next part, everybody, we will take a look at some compilation of behind-the-scenes videos that I compiled, so we can take a look at see what the developers have to say. So tune in for that.
Yeah.